the action. Yeah, ho, we tapping and passing like magic. No, we not asking, we see it, we grabbing. Diamonds, they flashing, go blind when I'm passing. Mask on, I'm clapping, no mask on assassin. Jugging, we snatching, all black is the fashion. We not the same, bro, just look at the fabric.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Kama. We back with another video, man. Hey, man, real quick, right? This video, I'm gonna take a lot of slack for, right? I'm gonna take a good amount of slack for. But if you follow me or you subscribe to me, you know I tell my opinion on things. I'm not really a big disagreeing with the media type of guy, but yeah, so with that said, let's get into it. Let's talk about quarterbacks, right? I think it's a big inconceived notion that I think it's natural in how important the quarterback position is. We overvalue some people, then we devalue others and things like that. It's just a natural transition in sports, period. But I wanted to dispel this notion because I think on my own, right? So I think let's look into a lot of people's top 5 list, right? There hasn't been a top 5 list this year that I haven't seen Josh Allen in, that I haven't seen Justin Herbert in, that I haven't seen Pat Mahomes in, deservedly so. All these guys might be, and this is not a saying that they're not deserving of the praise, but it's like to shed some light, right? Now, I hear people say often, Josh Allen pulls the team. Concur. He pulls the team with him. He's just that great. Justin Herbert is just like a special talent doing something we've never seen before. And even down to like Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes is a Super Bowl champion, an MVP. I don't dispute any praise that this man gets. He deserves every accolade he got. He's great. But I want to say this. There's a difference between maintaining the talent and maybe taking the talent to your skill set with the missing link in the talent that was there versus actually elevating everything around you. And when I say that, I mean this, right? I mean this. If I told you 11 wins, and I believe 10 wins. If I told you that was the record of Kansas City 3 straight seasons. It was basically 11-win team 3 straight seasons before Mahomes even started his first game. What would you say? So let's get that established. That was already a perennial playoff team, perennial 11-win team, basically. What you got there? If I told you, I'm gonna put it all on the screen so you ain't gotta fact check it. If I told you in 2017, the Bills went 9-7, and Tyrod Taylor led them to their first playoff berth in over 20 years. Then they drafted Josh Allen and took a step back that next year. But if I told you Tyrod Taylor was the one that led them to the first playoff berth in 20 years, and it was a playoff team before Josh Allen stepped foot on their roster, what would you tell me? If I told you I could put old Phillip Rivers numbers next to Justin Herbert in that same offense, the same weapons, and they're just about similar. What would you tell me? See, this is not to defame anybody. It's just facts, because I think we live in this false sense of reality that everybody just elevates and elevates and elevates the team. Like, that's not the reality of quarterback you live in, right? I say I love Joe Burrow as a quarterback, but if you think him not coming into Joe Mixon and Tyler Boyd and they drafted T. Higgins and followed out with Jamar Chase, if you think that don't help him or help his case to lift them to the Super Bowl and revamping that defense, if you think that's not what the case was, then you sadly mistaken. Now, there is cases as in going from Joe Flacco. Baltimore never had a powerhouse offense. Excuse daughter, they're going crazy. My granddaughter, they're going crazy. But if you never take away Joe Flacco, and Baltimore never had a high power offense. If I told you a man first with limited weapons, his first year as a full starter, he comes in, takes the lead by storm and wins the MVP. But in his second season, his first full season as a starter, and elevated that defense to the point where he had over 1,200 yards rushing, or something like that, close to 1,200 yards rushing, 36 touchdown passes, over 3,000 yards passed. That's elevated the squad. If I told you Deshaun Watson, the Texans never had a good offense that was holding them back in the quarterback carousel with Matt Schwab and this and that third for years, and Deshaun Watson coming in, they almost scoring damn near 30 points a game. That's elevating the squad. Yes, they had D. Hopkins, but nothing else mattered before that. Now, I believe there's a difference between being dropped in a good situation and using your talent to flourish versus being dropped in a situation like just thrown to the wolves and he elevates. There's a huge difference. I'm not like, this is not a this is not no hate, it's just the facts, right? And like then you look at when the Cowboys drafted Dak Prescott, he was 4-12 that season. You could say, so a lot of people say, great O-line, then he came in Zeke. Well, Zeke was a rookie. He came in with Zeke, then he had a great O-line, this and that third. Name all the weapons we had from that rookie season. And why from that point on to now, 7 years later, he's never had a losing season as a starting quarterback. No matter how bad our defense has been throughout the years, we've had some awful defenses. No matter how bad our O-line has been throughout the years with all these injuries, we had some awful O-lines. That's consistency and getting better. There's no knock on nobody, but it's reality. It's not my opinion, it's reality. I mean, like, I think Justin Herbert would be great. I think Josh Allen one day would be great. But I think they're knocking on the door of greatness. I don't think they're there yet, like we try to anoint them. Justin Herbert's own number one wide receiver said he'll be dangerous once he learns how to read coverages and know how to diagnose who's the Mike linebacker. Keenan Allen said that out of his mouth. I didn't make that up. Hey, man, vilify me, man, but it is what it is, man. Like, I just think there's levels. And Pat Mahomes deserves to be in discussion for the top 1-2 spots. I have no dispute with that. Joe Burrow, you want to throw him in the top 5? He took his team to the Super Bowl. There's no hate in that. But the other people, like, they said Josh Allen's weaknesses is, they asked on ESPN if you was the defensive coordinator, what would you do for Josh Allen? The response was clog the running lanes and make him broke in the pocket. If you made Aaron Rodgers throw from the pocket all season and gave Pat Mahomes a clean pocket all year, they was slice and dice. Hands down, no question. It just is what it is, man. We ignore signs, man. Like, yes, he has a career high rushing last year, but everything else went down. His completion percentage, his QBR, his completion percentage, his QBR, his touchdowns, and his yards. And his interceptions went up. We can ignore that. We can ignore that though, right? Because he putting up spectacular stats. The same thing with Justin Herbert. They had one of the bottom 3 worst defenses in the league, which means he had almost 100 more attempts than he had the year before. So of course he's going to throw for that yardage. But his interceptions and stuff went up too, but we ignore that too, right? So, hey man, it's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Always remember, like and subscribe, support, comment. Salute, we out here.